Recently, I picked up the Sony RX100 Mark V, and in this video, I'm going to share my first impressions, and get this, how I saved $150 on the new camera, and how you can too.
Brian G. Johnson!
Hey, it's Brian G. Johnson here, and if it's your first time to the channel, welcome, great to have you. If you want to learn how to not only upload your videos here on YouTube, but amplify them, well, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything. So here's the Canon 70D. This has been my go-to camera now here on YouTube. So why the heck would I run out and spend nearly $1,000 on the new RX100 Mark V? Well, simplicity, ease of use, being able to run and gun, shoot videos on the go, outside, time-lapse, and so much more. One of the great features of the RX100 is the autofocus. One of the things you'll notice in this particular clip, the camera does an incredible job on focusing on my bookshelves. Everything is very dialed in, it's very crisp. And then as soon as I step into the frame, the camera locks onto me, the autofocus is instantaneous. I'd be willing to say that it's actually faster than my Canon 70D. Another major benefit of the Sony RX100 Mark V is its low light capability. Whether you're taking still photos or you're capturing video, this camera does a great job. As mentioned, the compact size is really incredible. I mean, check this out. It fits in the palm of my hand, and that's going to give me a lot of flexibility. The picture quality is unsurpassed when it comes to a compact camera. Now, one of the things I didn't do when first setting up the camera settings indoors is apply an ND filter. And again, if you're indoors, you don't want. As you can hear, wind can be a big issue with the Sony RX100. One of the things you can do to minimize that is to get some wind screens from Amazon. Quick tip, if you're going to be creating videos primarily with your compact Sony camera, think about setting the aspect ratio of your photos to 16:9. Take photos of yourself out and about, and then use those photos as your YouTube thumbnail, and that way you don't have to crop and the camera will do the work for you. So let's talk about some of the limitations of the RX100 Mark V. First off is 4K, which isn't a limitation in itself, but if you do want to capture 4K footage, you're limited to 5 minutes. Furthermore, there are some overheating issues associated with capturing 4K footage. For me personally, I do most of my work in HD. The quality is plenty good, and it's a non-issue for me. Now, another limitation is there's no touchscreen on the Sony RX100 Mark V. And for a guy who spent a lot of time using a 70D or an 80D, I really love the touchscreen functionality and I miss it. That being said, I've gotten used to and comfortable with the menus and navigating through the menu system, no problem. So far, so good. Now, the biggest limitation for me with this camera is the fact that I can't plug an external microphone into it. I'm not sure why Sony hasn't made this available. This is the 5th generation of the RX100, and Sony, it's absolutely time. Make it easy for people. We're creating all these crazy rigs to improve the audio, and all you need to do is include an audio jack for us. Lastly, this camera really goes through the batteries quickly. They're fairly small, and they're going to last you anywhere from maybe 30 minutes to an hour. So plan on purchasing a few batteries as well as a battery charger so you're prepared when you're out and about vlogging, shooting, or creating videos. Here's a big tip. You can save lots of money on lots of different camera equipment by asking if there are any open boxed models available. Now, like anything, you have to do your due diligence, and you're going to want to check out the camera very closely if you're buying an open box. This one had notes on it saying absolutely no damage, like new. I opened it up. There were no scratches on the viewfinder. There was no problems I could see. All the parts were there, and I saved $150. That allowed me to get a 64 gig memory card. It allowed me to get extra batteries. It allowed me to get screen protectors. It allowed me to buy windscreen muffs that will dampen the wind noise when I'm out and about. So I'm outside now, so I've applied the ND filter, and this is something you definitely want to do when it's very bright and sunny outside. You know, if you're taking the time to make videos, you might as well drive more views and gain more subscribers here on YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed, simply click the B to the G icon below. I'll hook you up with the very strategies and tactics that allowed me to gain over 10,000 subscribers in less than 1 year. I'll see you next time. Poof, pixie dust.